everyone. My name is Samkelo Khatebe. You are joining me on another episode of the Vanquish. And today in Kuluma no Sandra Khumalo, someone that I have seen so many times. I've been to the Paralympics with her and I left. She's still there, continuing, pushing the hustle, doing rowing like she has never done it before. Sandra, welcome to Vanquish. How are you today?
Thank you, Samkelo. Thank you for having me on your program.
You're doing well. Is COVID treating you well these days?
I'm doing well, as long as I'm healthy and looking stronger than ever than before. So I'm happy. I'm fine.
Yeah, you look like someone who just comes from a gym session, like you're wearing a nice vest, you're looking all tough. And how's training going these days? Because I know that there's been many restrictions as well on sporting facilities, the gyms, and everywhere. I don't know if you're still restricted on the water, but how is training going these days?
Training is going very well. We've been restricted to be on the water for some time, but now we are back. So what I've been doing during the lockdown, I had a gym set up by Caitlin. So I had everything set up in my garage, and I had rowing machine that I've been working on the whole time. And when things started opening up, we started having one-on-one sessions, like would book in a private gym and train. That's how we've been working since. So, but yeah, it's been working. It's been going on very well. I was not like exposed to a lot of people, which is good because now it's not safe to be exposed to a whole lot of people in the gym.
Yeah, the last time I saw you, it was at a gym, and I remember I was there trying to look all fancy and fit, and everyone was convinced that, wow, this guy is really fast and he can run, and all those days are behind me. So when lockdown happened, I mean, nobody could go anywhere unless it was for essential services. So how long after lockdown were you actually able to get your setup at home and actually be able to even go to a private gym for that matter?
Okay, actually, what happened before we got locked up, I made sure they gave me a rowing machine, and I had some dumbbells, some few equipment that I had to set up at home in the gym, in the garage, sorry. So that kept me going the whole time. And the rowing machine is quite a challenge on its own. So it kept me busy and very tired, also with work. So yeah, it worked out pretty well.
So okay, at least you are obviously in a much better position than I suppose most other athletes when lockdown happened. You were
Mm.
obviously preparing for Paralympics like every other Olympian and Paralympian out there. Now,
Mhm.
a few weeks into lockdown, we hear that the Paralympics are going to be postponed because of this pandemic. How did that have an impact on you and again on your training as well? Because it's one thing you've been building up to Paralympics this year, so you are ready, you are fit, and then suddenly you are locked down. But now there's also no Paralympics. What does that do to an athlete?
Yeah, sure. At first, it's like a hard blow on the face when we had that. But secondly, like we had to understand why this is happening. If we go get ourselves out there and get exposed, we get sick, there's not going to be Paralympics or Olympics. So first thing is to keep ourselves safe and be healthy, I guess. And also, as time went by, I just thought to myself, this is actually good because it's giving me more time to prepare myself. Because when the time draws closer, you start having demons in your head, like you get nervous and all this stuff. You have prepared, but it's like, or maybe I haven't prepared enough. So I kind of got in a comfort zone that, you know what, I actually have more time to prepare myself. There are other things that I needed to work on that I felt, no, I'm not there yet. So now I have enough time to keep crashing and working on it. I don't know how other people saw it. Of course, it's a bit disappointing because, when you're used to your life going up and down, You think, oh, by this time I should be racing, or by this time I should be in Italy, or this time I should be in Tokyo. But
Mm.
hey, it is what it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
No,
guess
I guess
everyone
you
else
have
is
to
going through
accept
the
it.
same thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. No, you
Yeah,
definitely have to
exactly.
accept
Yeah.
it once it has happened. How I suppose for a lot of people as well, some of our athletes are just purely athletes. If they're fortunate enough to be on the necessary programs that support them, you have a full time job, and then you still have to do your rowing,
Hmm.
and then you have a family to look after as well. How do you find the balance? Where do you find the time? Because there's only 24 hours for all of us. Where do you get the extra hours from to do all of these things in a day?
It depends. What time do you want to start your day? That's the first thing with me. Like, my life is like in boxes. So my first box I open for rowing, water session 5, I should be up. I should be out of the house, driving towards Jamestown Lake. And most of the time I start 5:30 or 5:45. I'm in the boat. That gives me enough time to train up to like 7:30, 7:45. I'm out of the boat, shower, and I start driving down for my meetings. With my work, at least it's flexy enough that I manage to I can manage my day. Like, I give myself,
Yeah.
maybe I'll do like 3 meetings a day, and give myself maybe good 5 to 6 hours to do my meetings at home, or drive around, or doing my following ups, whatever that is supposed to be done for the day. And from 4 o'clock, I'm back on training again. So it's entirely up to you. How do you want to make use of the day? Because I believe there's plenty of time during the day. From 5 to 5, or from 6 to 6, there's plenty of things that you can do. It's entirely
Yeah.
up to you. So like, I'm home around 6:30, and then, yeah, first thing, shower, and then make quick dinner, or my helper assists me with making dinner. It depends how tired or exhausted I am that day. If I still have a bit of energy, then I can make quick dinner, and then have dinner and go to bed,
Wow.
and
That's
get ready again the next day.
no, Sandra, no ways. Uh, no. I think the level of discipline that you need to have to be able to do that consistently, because that's the other issue as well. I'm pretty sure I can do what you're
Mhm.
doing easily, but like for 1 week,
Yeah.
and then that's it. So the level of discipline it requires to be able to consistently do what you are doing has to be truly amazing, and I give it to you on that one. So again, with your level of discipline, then you've achieved quite a lot of things in your rowing career. So for someone, I suppose maybe who doesn't even know you and know what you are about, maybe just tell them what it is that you've achieved with that level of discipline over your rowing career.
Wow. I don't know where to start. I think the first most exciting event was Belgrade, Serbia, when I qualified for London. There were only 2 sports left, and that was like a do or die moment. And I happened to be among those 2 that qualified to row for London. And that was a dream for me, to be part of the Paralympics team. And I think, yeah, my journey began there, and it became a jam. I got addicted. That, like, I wake up looking forward to row, looking forward to train, because I think when I won and qualified, it didn't really click in my head what I've actually done for myself. Only when I came back home, I'm having all these calls, interviews, and wow, because the only thing you focus on is your training and perform. This whole thing comes later. But yeah, that's when I realized, like, wow, what I've done to myself. This is actually bigger than me.
Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, 2013 we carried on. We went to London. 2012 I finished 8th in the world.
Wow.
2013 went to my first world champs in South Korea. I finished 6th in the world. So it got better and better because the other thing with rowing is very technical and you need to focus a lot, and it comes with experience as well. That you can actually row or race easier than you can think because of your technique. But obviously you need to train and gym a lot to get on that level, to understand, oh, that actually I can row like this instead of wasting myself the whole time. So yeah, 2014 it was Amsterdam. I also finished 6th, and 2015 qualified for Rio. That was another exciting event. And 2016 we were in Rio. 2017 we did our first 2K race because all the paras were racing a 1K, and the able bodies, they were doing the 2K. So they now introduced 2K to the paras, and we went for it, and I finished 5th in the world. And I think that was one of the best performance
Wow.
for me.
That is
And
big. That's big.
also, it was very hot in Florida. Yeah, it was very hot in Florida. I remember it was not easy to race in that weather with those conditions, but yeah, I made it. And I think like with the 1K, all you're doing is you're speeding so much to touch that finish line. There's no time to think.
Mm.
And I think with 2K, there's a time that you get in the rhythm and actually get everything that you have worked on, you know, uh, to work.
Yeah.
So yeah, I find it is long, of course, but it's easier to do a 2K than a 1K. 1K is the sprinting is on another level.
Yeah. There's no room
Yeah.
for error there.
So yeah, and there's no room for error. There's no room for error. You hit the line, the boys on the lane, you are done. You need to know your game to get yourself back again in the lane and make sure no one passes you. But it's like sprinting.
Mm.
You be like sprinting. And with the 2K, um, yeah, you don't relax, of course, but you can actually put everything in practice, and it works out very, very well. And also with the sport awards that have been nominated is cherry on top, because it's also nice when you get nominated, when you get recognized, because all we think of it's training, training, training. All
Yeah.
this glamour, yeah, we see it later after the big races, which is, yeah, amazing. My first sports award was KZN Sport Awards. When I was nominated, I was one of the finalists for the women um, in sport with disability, and also G Sport, um, and a number of UJ nominations as well, and Houghton Sport Awards. And recently I've been nominated, no, I won the Ekurhuleni Sport Women with Disability of the Year, which was a surprise to me. I mean, during for this year, it's Corona time, and obviously that I never thought that was coming, and I really appreciate that. And also, I've been selected to be the ambassador for Toyota Mobility
Wow.
Foundation for South Africa, and yeah, so a lot has happened.
Yo, Sandra.
And I really
Wow.
appreciate.
Wow.
Yeah.
I've actually been trying to like write down the achievements like one by one. I sort of ran out of space as you were going through it. That is how much you've
Oh,
accomplished, and I think that is insane. That I'm actually very proud of you. Wow. Sure. So, I mean, my final question then to you, you now have more time to prepare for Tokyo 2020, which is going to be in 2021. What what position are you aiming for, or what ranking are you aiming for at those Paralympics next year?
obviously, it has to be top three. I'm aiming for top 3. So
All right.
I know it's going to come with a lot of work. It's going to come with a lot of work. There's nothing that I'm scared of because I know what I'm getting myself into, and I've done it before and it can be done again.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
but I'm aiming for top.
yeah, I hear the top three rumors here. To me, the lifestyle you live sounds like first place. Yeah, others can aim for top three. I think they're playing for second and third here. Someone waking up at 5 and being so disciplined about this is where I need to be at this time and I'm doing this, and that that is really a life of a winner. And I think everything you've done and achieved really speaks to your level of discipline. It's crazy. It's incredible. I think the last time I was nearly as disciplined as you were was when I was an athlete. Since then, no, I life is just much nicer. I'm telling you, life is much nicer now. I'm nowhere near the discipline I used to have, but your discipline is crazy, Sarah. It's crazy.
Gosh, it becomes a lifestyle and you enjoy it. I believe in order for you to be in my position, you need to have the passion and the love. You grow love in what you're doing. So it doesn't look like, oh, it's too much to me. Of course, when I tell people like, oh, how do you do it? But I believe when you have passion and the love in what you're doing, you don't see all those difficulties because you have set yourself some goals to achieve. And what do you do to achieve those goals? And it becomes, as I said, it becomes a lifestyle that if you spend a week not doing that, something is missing, something feels very wrong, like something is
Yeah.
just not going okay. So yeah, I believe it's how I am and who I am. And yeah, it's not
No.
difficult at all. It's doable.
Of course, you would say that. I mean, trust a rocket scientist explaining. Oh no, this is very easy. Don't you worry. This is very easy. That's what your life has become. But thank you so much for making time to speak to us here on Vanquish. And yeah, all the best with the first place position and everyone else. Yeah, I think they can play for top three. But honestly, I say we are going for gold without a doubt. Tokyo 2021.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much for joining us, guys. Sandra Khumalo.
Um,
Yeah, you need this level of discipline in life. And I think I need to set myself some new goals so that I can at least try and be a bit more disciplined with my lifestyle. But yeah, again, Sandra has shown us it is all possible. You need to have passion. You need to be committed in everything that you do. And again, just love it and enjoy it. Then it just becomes natural. It becomes second nature. Thank you for joining us on another episode here, Vanquish, where odds and obstacles exist only to be conquered. See you on the next episode.